Hello everybody, this is Brisbane05 Blast here and welcome back to another video of this channel. In this last episode, we actually finished our last match in the Europa League and that was against FC Zurich. Now, in today's episode, we're actually going to verse Brighton. So remember in that previous episode, which I did tell you, if changes are made, like if there are changes or so, then we have to accept that score. But however, in that Burnley game, I actually did make one change, and that was in the centre back position because I think one of those centre backs was actually having that fitness issue, so I had to replace him with a player, and that was Calafiori. And yeah, I did say earlier, but in that Sheffield United match, it was everything was all the players were actually whoever at who have been rested, the first grade players, they're all there. But in that other game, that Burnley game, obviously, that I only made one change. So let's just make it simple and say whatever changes, let's say two or more changes, then we have to accept that score. And if the opponent wins, we have to accept that score because we've already made changes. And whoever's taking that position, then yeah, it kind of makes sense. So yeah. Anyway, I really hope you enjoy this one as we're actually going to take on Brighton. So like I said initially, a draw or a win if Brighton gets a draw or defeat or a win against us, we have to accept that because we're gonna make some changes. But if we get a win against Brighton, which we should actually, because for some reason they're actually 18th in the ladder. So if we actually get a win against Brighton, then we have a chance in closing the gap, between the first place and third place and such. So yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this one. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this and we're gonna get ready for this match. So sit back and enjoy this episode. Alright guys, we're here to see Arsenal versus Brighton here at the Emirates Stadium. So yep, it's gonna be a pretty good match, even though Brighton is in 18th place right there. So which is kind of weird, honestly. So we're gonna take a look at the standings. Well, we already taken a look at the standings, so we don't have to do that actually. Yeah, and for some reason, it's actually going a bit glitchy. Yeah, squad. So, the only place we need to replace is Gabriel Martinelli. Because, like I did told you in the sub. So, yeah. I really cannot wait to see how things goes here. So, let's go to match day. And obviously, there won't be any changes here. Like, no press conference and such. So João Pedro Dominic Calvert-Lewin from Everton has actually made a move to Brighton. So maybe that's the reason why. March, Moises Caicedo, Estupinian, Webster, Lamptey, Matissima, Steele, Dahoud, Veltman, Igor, Verbruggen, Welbeck, Milner, James Milner. Well, it's kind of obvious because James Milner made a move to Liverpool. So yeah, maybe that's the reason why Brighton are actually losing. It's because of Calvert-Lewin. I'm not sure if Calvert-Lewin is actually having that form recently, so yeah. So Arsenal are going with the gegenpressing, whereas Brighton, they're going with a kick and rush. So yeah, I'm going to make some changes, so don't go anywhere. Alright guys, so I already made some changes here for the starting 11. So Emil Smith-Rowe comes in for Gabriel Martinelli. And I think that's the only change I'll be making here. So Aaron Ramsdale will still be as a goalkeeper despite having slightly fitness issues. But he'll be okay for this match. And Odegaard is going to be back to his captaincy because he's there in the starting 11. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get to this match already. So because we can see the ambience and such. So yeah, can't wait for this one. So let's get into it. All right, guys, we're here to see Gabriel Jesus in action as he's actually scored 20 goals in the Premier League. And he's also the top scorer for this season. So I really cannot wait to see how things goes for Arsenal here. And yeah. Arsenal versus Brighton. Hove and Albion. Yeah, Ramsdale's still the goalkeeper. So, basically now Arsenal, they're actually been doing consistent lately. I mean, they got their previous loss against Aston Villa earlier in this, just 2 videos ago. So, can Arsenal bounce back after that loss to Aston Villa? Or will they be inconsistent again? So, yep. Here's the starting 11 for Arsenal. Aaron Ramsdale in goal. Zinchenko, Gabriel Saliba, Benjamin White. Emil Smith-Rowe comes in for Martinelli. Apart from that, rest of them are still there. But I've made some changes in the reserves, in the substitution bench. Reece Nelson, Marquinhos. And we also have a player in debut, Leonard Bernea. The right back, probably a teenager. So I really cannot wait to see how things goes for the wonder kid. But anyway, let's take a look at the Brighton starting 11. Jason Steele is actually the skipper. Estupinian is there. Moises Caicedo. In real life, he made a move to Chelsea. But here's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We don't know if he can actually be the real deal for Brighton, because he has been a lethal, and I mean a lethal, for Everton. He's been like Everton's gun power. So now that he's made a move to Brighton, we don't know if this could help them. But it looks like Brighton are actually going to be kicking off first. Gabriel Jesus in action. Moises Caicedo, or is it I think it's Caicedo, yeah. I get confused because Caicedo and Estupinian are both Colombians. So yeah, it will be kind of awkward. But anyway, looks like Brighton are actually going to be starting the kickoff. Here's João Pedro. João Pedro finds Dahoud. Dahoud finds Mitoma, the Japanese player, but he gets tackled by Benjamin White himself. However, somehow Estupinian gets the interception in, and now Mitoma has a chance to actually get it in goal. He tries to shoot, but Ramsdale saves this one. Aaron Ramsdale just pretty unlucky in that last performance against Aston Villa. Can this player bounce back? Because Brighton are actually 18th in the ladder, so... But then again, you cannot underestimate Brighton, so yeah. Looks like Dahoud is actually going to be taking the set piece. Or should I say in the corner side. But looks like, what can he do? Is he going to find the player? Looks like it. It was actually Calvert-Lewin, the player whom I just talked about earlier. He tried to actually score with the header, but Ramsdale just had to make a save. And Arsenal are actually, I think, one of the top scoring teams. Now here's Gabriel Jesus. Still Jesus. Jesus finds Bukayo Saka. But Estupinian tackles him. And I think that's Brighton as a lowest scoring team. So they're actually analyzing these two teams here, I would say, the one at the top left. But yeah, João Pedro has it. Mitoma has it, Karim Mitoma. Calvert-Lewin. Lewin finds João Pedro. João Pedro just had to skill of the player. Ramsdale João Pedro shoots. I was going to say Ramsdale shoots, but João Pedro actually shoots and he scores this one. And Brighton get an early lead. Looks like Arsenal have not learned anything from last game. And I mean by last Premier League game, because still Ramsdale cannot do anything. He just cannot find his consistent form, I would say. And it's not because of his fitness, but he's actually alright. But yep, João Pedro is on the score sheet. It looks like Arsenal will be trailing for the second time in a row, I would say. Second match in a row. But yeah, Brighton scores early. And just to let you know that now that Brighton has scored, we have to accept that score. So what can Arsenal do? Gabriel Jesus has it, finds Kai Havertz. Can this be a chance for Arsenal to get one back? Yes, they can. They respond quickly. And thanks to a goal from Kai Havertz, the vice-captain of Arsenal, I would say, because Odegaard's actually the skipper. But if Kai Havertz learns from anything, learns a bit of a lessons from Odegaard, he could actually be a permanent skipper. But a vice-captain scores the equalizer to put Arsenal in a good position to actually get a lead here, I would say. João Pedro has it. Still João Pedro. He's actually the one to score first, so he could be dangerous. Finds Calvert-Lewin. Still Lewin, but Gabriel somehow saves Arsenal right there. Kai Havertz has it. who's just gone from attack to defense. Finds Emil Smith-Rowe. Smith-Rowe finds Jesus. Still Jesus. Still Gabriel Jesus. Jesus finds Saliba. It's Saliba with it. Saliba finds Emil Smith-Rowe. Still Emil Smith-Rowe. He's cornered. Someone has to help him. Smith-Rowe finds Odegaard. Odegaard tries to find the player, but Caicedo somehow intercepts it. Gabriel has it though. All under control. Finds Camavinga. Camavinga finds Emil Smith-Rowe. Still Smith-Rowe. What can he do? Smith-Rowe shoots. And he puts Arsenal in front. That's a goal which Arsenal needed. And it's thanks to that player, Emil Smith-Rowe, who's not got game time. And he's only getting game time because of fitness issues. But what a goal from Emil Smith-Rowe to put Arsenal in the lead. And probably take the lead for the first time, I would say, because Brighton, they actually started the show. But Arsenal still managed to hold on. And now they're actually leading here. But looks like what can Brighton do? Brighton did did have their first say, I would say. And it's all because of João Pedro, who's actually breached through the Arsenal defense. He shoots, but sadly he couldn't get a brace. And Gabriel tried to get it off from, tries to keep it in play, but sadly he couldn't do it. So it's going to be a corner kick for Brighton, I would say. So March is actually the one to take the corner. He goes long. Finds Ben White. But it's still with João Pedro. Finds Matsima. Still Matsima. Matsima finds Mitoma. Mitoma shoots. But Ramsdale saves this one again. Brighton are actually making a lot of chances than Arsenal. So Arsenal have actually made 2 shots, I would say. And 2 of them have actually been goals. Whereas Brighton have actually dominated in terms of chances. So this could be a pretty ugly one for Arsenal. But luckily Ramsdale probably clutched this one up. And he decides to go long. Finds Jesus. Jesus finds Camavinga. He got nicked there. And that was a very bad one. And now Caicedo has it. Caicedo finds Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Still Lewin. But Gabriel somehow nicks him though. Luckily, Calvert-Lewin was about to shoot there. Saka has it. Saka finds Odegaard. Still Odegaard. Odegaard finds Kai Havertz. Still Havertz. Still Kai. Kai finds Smith-Rowe. Smith-Rowe shoots. And that's a brace for Emil Smith-Rowe. This is getting better and better for Arsenal. For this English kid, Emil Smith-Rowe. To actually double the lead for Arsenal, and especially what a time to score. A perfect time to score a goal at the stroke of halftime. Now they have an insurance goal. They just have to hold it on and not bottle this lead. But what a finish from Emil Smith-Rowe. It looks like Arsenal have a convincing lead over Brighton. And it's going to be a halftime talk for these two sides. It's going to be halftime here because Arsenal, they dominated this one and now they need a breather. After a lot of chances that Brighton had, they managed to hold on. They only managed to concede 1 goal out of it. And that was early in the game, but Arsenal still didn't give up. Apart from that Aston Villa game, because Arsenal was secondary in terms of creating chances in that game. But yeah. What a goal from João Pedro. Curling effort, actually. But then Kai Havertz, the vice-captain of Arsenal, managed to score the equaliser. But then that substitute for Gabriel Martinelli scored the goal to put Arsenal in lead. It was all thanks to Emil Smith-Rowe. Puts Arsenal in front. And then he was not stopping there. He didn't finish. He didn't stop there. He kept on scoring. And that's his brace, actually. And the only game which is shown was West Ham actually currently drawing to Wolverhampton Wanderers. So I'm actually going to make some changes despite us actually having the lead. You know why? We're actually going to take a look at the team management. Well, let's see who are actually fatigued. I think it's about time that we give a chance to this wonder kid, this right back. Yeah, he has 73 pace. And same thing with Ben White. He also has 73 pace. However, shooting is not that good. So this could actually be the chance for this, who's the player? For this 16-year-old to make his debut. The French 16-year-old. So this might be my only change in this game, so... Yep. I'm gonna put it in for Ben White. Let him have a breather here since he's probably content, so it's probably better for him to have a game time. So here we are. A debut for a 16-year-old player. Leonard Bernier comes into the pitch for Ben White. Here's Zinchenko. Zinchenko finds Camavinga. Still Camavinga. He's actually been the beast whenever he's on the pitch. So he finds Jesus. What can Jesus do? Jesus scores. That's the answer. What can Jesus do? Jesus scores. He's probably like the Brazilian Patrick Kluivert, I would say, when he's at his when he was the star boy, I would say. I mean, well, he's at his prime, but Patrick Kluivert, when he was a star boy, he actually never misses. He never misses whenever he has the chance to shoot. So probably he's like that wonder boy from, that Dutch wonder boy, Patrick Kluivert. But anyway, Arsenal managed to probably add up the goal difference, I would say. And yeah, that's his 21st goal. Probably has more goals in the season. Let's say 30 goals, I would say. But Mitoma has it, but Bernier makes his first tackle of the game. Leonard Bernier, the right back in place for Ben White. And the next match for Arsenal is actually going to be a very crucial one, as it's against Liverpool at Anfield. So this is actually going to be very interesting because Liverpool, oh my goodness, Liverpool has completely owned Arsenal ever since before all the good players came, and especially Roberto Firmino. His favorite opponent is Arsenal. So this could be pretty bad for Arsenal if they verse them. But never mind that, Brighton has actually scored the goal, and Emil Smith-Rowe is actually going to take a breather. He might not be getting his hat trick, but he's at least done well for his team, scoring a brace. But yeah, Ramsdale probably made a blunder right there. He could not have come there quickly. He could have probably grabbed the ball. He was thinking of grabbing the ball, but March manages to sidestep the keeper and scored the goal, which could put Brighton in a good position to get themselves back. Solly March, yeah, that's the player. Looks like Camavinga has it, and that's actually his first goal of the game. He's actually been having a stinker. Man. But here's Calvert-Lewin. Finds Caicedo. This could be trouble here for Arsenal. They cannot give two quick goals. He finds Estupinian. Estupinian crosses it, but Ramsdale just have to hold this one in. He does long, but is Brighton going to get this one? I mean, they had their first touch, but there was no one to support him. Now here's Camavinga, and Brighton's next match is against Crystal Palace. Now here's Gabriel Jesus. Jesus finds Declan Rice. Declan Rice shoots, but Steele saves this one. So João Pedro goes off for Welbeck, Danny Welbeck. So this could be pretty interesting. And Arsenal make a quick substitution. They're actually bringing off Saka for Marquinhos. But in Brazilian they call him Oliveira Almenca, I think. That's his Brazilian name. Marquinhos, another Brazilian in. Man, how many Brazilians are actually playing? Gabriel, Jesus, and now Marquinhos. But anyway, Camavinga has it. Still Camavinga. Still Eduardo Camavinga. But he somehow butchers this one. Webster makes a tackle. Finds Mitoma. Mitoma finds Daniolo Calvert-Lewin has it. Lewin finds Solly March. March makes good run here. This could be a chance for Brighton to get one back, which they do. Solly March gets one goal for Brighton. And what a perfect time to actually do that. Now Brighton are actually dominating this one. 2 quick goals. And the Brighton fans are actually happy about this. 13 minutes to go. Can Brighton score the equalizer? And it's all because of Solly March. Now he actually has his brace. Ramsdale's kind of fatigued all of a sudden, so that means Arsenal, they have to push harder. Saliba goes off for Rob Holding, who's probably been a stinker, if I would say, as a starter. But anyway.
Goal for Brighton and Hove Albion, number 7, Solly March.
Here's Kai Havertz with it. Still Havertz. Still Kai. Still Kai. Kai tries to dodge right there, but Lamptey makes a reckless tackle on Kai. And it's going to be a free kick for Arsenal. Can this be a chance for Arsenal to double their lead again? Because now Brighton has scored 2 goals. And I wouldn't say quick succession, but they are on a run to actually score the equalizer. So this could be terrible here for Arsenal if they cannot execute it properly. But anyway, free kick here for Arsenal. 10 minutes to go here. What can Arsenal do? And it's actually Marquinhos to take the free kick. He goes long, but I think that was a headed from Steele. Declan Rice has it. Still Rice. Still Declan Rice. But he gets trouble. And somehow Brighton has it. And this could be a chance for Brighton to get one back. Here's Dahoud with it. Still Dahoud. Dahoud finds Mitoma. This could be a chance. Mitoma finds Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin has it. Calvert-Lewin finds Welbeck. But Rob Holding somehow makes a tackle. Bernier has it. But Bernier has to kick this one out. He has no other choice. And Dahoud has it. This could be a chance for Brighton to probably put the spoils. I don't know what to say here. But somehow Arsenal are holding on. And now Bernier is trying to hold on for life here. With his pace, luckily. But that was a bad way to lose the ball. Matsima has it. Caicedo has it. This could be a chance. But Ramsdale makes a last-minute save here. And Brighton will make one last substitution. Matsima goes off for Veltman. And it's going to be a last-minute corner here for March. What can he do? He goes somehow right, but just... It was a good effort from Camavinga, and somehow my battery's low, but we're not going to talk about that. But what we're actually going to be talking about is Arsenal. They actually managed to hold on after that late attack from Brighton. That was pretty close for Brighton. They almost had it. They could have at least equalized it, but Ramsdale with a last-minute save, and Camavinga manages to head it for safety. That might be one of the last 5 minutes of this game. But anyway, full-time Arsenal 4, Brighton 3. Solly March tried his best to single-handedly get Brighton back in the game, but it wasn't enough. But what a goal from Emil Smith-Rowe. But he was taken out. He was subbed off for Declan Rice. Camavinga with an assist to find Jesus. And then Solly March in the 61st minute scored a goal to put Brighton back in it. But he was not done there. Wasn't finished. He not only scored 1 but 2. But sadly it wasn't enough for Brighton to get an equalizer. And Arsenal managed to hold on against Brighton. And West Ham still draws to Wolves after that 90 minutes of epic clash. But let's see what the press conference means to Mikel Arteta here. Or the post-match interview here.
We've got some questions for you.
Not the press, but post-match interview. But anyway, Arteta was very stressed in the last 5 minutes here. But let's see what's his words going to be. A first display from Leonard Bernir. Does that encourage you to try more young players? I've been watching Leonard Bernir train with us since he was promoted to the first team squad. I believe in his ability and the ability of several other players we've got coming through the ranks. The headlines after today will be all about Smith Rowe's stunning performance and his 2 goals which sealed the victory. What are your thoughts about his star man? Of course, Smith Rowe's performance and his goals were what caught the eye, but I think it's important to credit the rest of the team too. At Arsenal, we know we're all in it together. Brighton and Hove Albion were very much the underdogs going into the game, and you were probably expecting a comfortable victory. It was a pretty narrow win in the end. Were you as well prepared? It was a trickier game than we were expecting. Maybe our strikers managed to win us the game today, but we can't always rely on them to do that. We can improve all over the pitch, I think.
That's all.
So yeah, that was it here. Arsenal somehow managed to hold on over Brighton. So their next match is against Liverpool at Anfield. Smith Rowe's brace as Arsenal grab win over Brighton. So yep, we're going to advance. There's still time actually. So everyone will probably get rest here. So yeah, Arsenal's next match is against Liverpool at Anfield. Yeah, Gabriel Jesus is the pace setter. Let's see what the Mail has to say. Risk losing 6 players. Yep. That was what I was actually going to show to you. So Caden Taney, Runar Alex Runarsson, Rob Holding, Nicolas Pepe, Mohamed El Neni, and Cedric. Just to remind you, we have the following players with contracts due to expire. So we're actually going to take a look and see who are actually going to go. Boss, I've got to be honest with you. I think me not getting games is starting to damage my career. I want to get away and make a fresh start somewhere else. Please let me leave so I can get chances to play. I'm grateful for the time you spent at the club, and I hope you learn from your experience here. The gains will help you grow as a player. So Caden Tinney is probably this close to leaving the club. But yeah, what I was actually going to say here. So we're actually going to go to Squad Hub, basically. Yep, there it is, Squad Hub. And we're actually going to take a look at the financial ones. So Runarsson, Taney, Rob Holding, Saliba. Wow. Cedric, Norton Cuffy, Partey, El Neni. Well, Partey was anyway going to leave. He's going to join Liverpool, so, yep. Nicolas Pepe. And that's about it. So once we actually reach January, we are actually going to be doing a wheel to see which 3 players. We're actually going to do 3 players. There are like 8 of them who are actually about to leave, but 3 players won't be in Arsenal's squad next season. So this could be bad for us. Some of them will be lucky and some of them will be costly. So once we finish like this 2023 season, we will be moving to 2024 in this on game. So once we actually do that, we will actually be doing maybe a special video, I would say. Yeah, special video, but it won't be as long though. It won't be that long. It will be probably like a 2 or 3 minute video. So these players are actually on the short list. So there are like around 8 players who are actually leaving. Only 3 of them will be leaving Arsenal this season, except Thomas Partey. Well, apart from Thomas Partey, because Thomas Partey will probably leave Arsenal in January. But he doesn't count because he's not part of the wheel. It's just that because of his game time. So yeah. And same thing with Kane and Taney. So this could be bad for Arsenal. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this one. And we'll be back, which will be our next game. Goodbye. Well, before we actually go, sorry I kind of said goodbye all of a sudden. But yeah, I actually want to take a look at the standings. So yeah, Arsenal are 3 points behind Man City here. So this could be pretty interesting. If they get a win here against Liverpool, they never got a win against top 6 teams, apart from Chelsea here. But they need to strike. because this is the time to actually get a win. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll be back for our next episode. Goodbye. Hello guys, we're back, and yep, just as we witnessed, this has probably been the best game I would say for Arsenal, especially in terms of defensively. Arsenal are this close to bottling the lead, but luckily a last minute save from Aaron Ramsdale probably clutched it up for Arsenal. He's always been a super clutch as a goalkeeper, so you cannot blame on him. So anyway, Arsenal got the job done over Brighton, and it was actually a pretty convincing one. It was not a convincing, it was a very close one. Brighton almost had it, but not enough. Could have at least equalized it, but nah, not enough. Emil Smith-Rowe's brace probably sealed the victory. And yep, I really cannot wait to see how things go for Arsenal. This could be the moment that they have been waiting for. A late charge to the title race. So now that they already got a win, they're actually 3 points behind the leaders, the current leaders, Man City, and also the defending champions too. Let's not forget that. So yeah, I really cannot wait to see how things go for Arsenal, because in their next game, it's against Liverpool, probably Thomas Partey's future club. So at Anfield is probably going to be a very ecstatic one. So I have a feeling I could put Thomas Partey in for Camavinga, but then again, we won Camavinga, and he's probably been best as a centre midfielder. So yeah. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe this video, because excuse me, I've been getting enough content. So because of this, I managed to get more confidence and start uploading videos recently. So because of your support and you subscribing, that's when I didn't give up. So yeah. But yeah, it's better for you to please subscribe to my channel, as it really means a lot to me. So yeah, make sure to do that. And yeah, it's Brisbane 05 Blaster here, signing off.